I will never stop following with them, like, until one of us dies. Yeah, it's a privilege. Like, we get to change lives with this.
That's a cult, you guys. That is a straight up cult. That means no.
If they ignore me after that, then they probably are interested and they just don't have the money. I just keep following up with them, and I basically act like a stalker every single day.
Are we serious right now? Are we serious? Those words really just came out of her mouth. As if it was just normal, everyday behavior. This is just normal behavior. Everybody does that, right?
So nice that it makes it hard for them to ignore me.
And they think it's cute.
Literally, this is the conversation I have with every single person. I don't change it at all. I know it's like stalker status, but I do it.
Remember when we said we'd stay together now until forever? Just us, just us. Said we wouldn't be like.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica Hickson, and I spent 5 years working my way up to the top of an MLM before realizing they're just not all that they're cracked up to be. My goal with this channel is to rescue some Huns, to prevent some from becoming Huns, and to also give those a voice who have left the Hunbot industry like myself.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling.
All right, guys, not much to say here, but welcome to part 2. Let's go ahead and jump on into the video.
Okay. You want to share something?
Lastly, guys, if you can go to your store archives. So that's how you can find a bunch of like short videos that you've done. So go back to your story archives. Oh my goodness. And go save them to your phone to upload them. So if you don't have them on your phone, like just go through that and download them all. And last tip, not even about TikTok, but literally listen to what says. Share your story. Your story is everything. And it's going to be the same thing on your TikTok videos as it is anywhere else. Instagram and Facebook's where it's at. You need to share your story. And if you start sounding like, if you think you're sounding repetitive, I get that a lot from my team. And I'm like, girl, you have new eyes on you all the time. There's people out there who haven't heard your story. So just keep sharing it. You can twist it up and get different words. But the point is that there's always new eyes on you, and your story is the key to success.
And on top of that, being new eyes, you guys, there are literally statistics that say people have to see the same thing like 7 to 12 times before they actually commit to it. So they need to see that one part of your story that they're connecting with like at least 12 times.
I feel like they pulled that statistic right out of their anus, and then they just keep spewing it for years upon years upon years. They pulled it right out of somebody's anus years ago, like probably like 50 years ago. Whoever started MLMs back in the day, probably somebody with like Amway or something way back in the day. No, probably like what are those baskets? Oh gosh, what are those baskets? Longer burger baskets. Wasn't that an MLM back in the day? Anyways, one of the first MLMs, somebody probably first said that, and then they just ran with it, and then they keep repeating it, having no clue if it's even true. Because I've heard that quote a million gajillion times, and I've never seen it in writing anywhere. How do you even prove that? You don't.
Before they're going to commit. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Again, my power hours, you guys, are going to consist of sending messages on Facebook, Instagram, doing my stories, adding and interacting, and then putting those same videos on TikTok. Okay. So don't get too wrapped up in it. Just do what he's doing. I love that. 3 distributors this week just from uploading opportunity videos, basically, but you can go watch hers after this. Okay. So where's your face? Oh, there's your face. Hey.
Sorry, everyone's crying right now all of a sudden.
No, you're
do you want me to tell a little bit of my story?
Yes. Yeah. Who are you?
So, I'm a triple diamond. I've been with 3.5 years now, and I honestly just started for like hair and nail money. Like I just wanted to be able to buy something without feeling mom guilt over it, or, you know, be able to like take my family to do fun things without having to put it on a credit card, you know, just that extra $250 a month. And I really had no plans of making more than that with the business. I just figured I'm on, you know, Facebook at night anyways. I might as well use it to make some extra money. And I haven't really had a slow or fast journey. I've just had a really consistent journey. Like I went Ruby in 3 months. I just did all the things. I just like have always shown up and done the things that like Chrissy and Stacey have taught. I went diamond almost like 10 months into the business. And then the following year I went double diamond. And then the following year I went triple diamond, and I took my husband diamond, and combined we've earned like over $50,000 in bonuses. We've paid off credit card and student loan debt. We've created like a ginormous savings.
I love that they're always like, we can't share how much we have actually made because that's breaking the rules and we're not allowed to do that. But we will make all these income claims, even though that's breaking the rules. And we'll claim that we made $50,000 in bonuses, even though we likely haven't received that in full because it's paid out monthly. And if we lose it, it's gone forever. But we'll break those rules, but we can't tell you how much we're actually making monthly because that's against the rules.
So we like get to pay for family trips in cash. Like we've gone so many fun places, and we just like we don't stress about money anymore. It's this awesome feeling. So I love this business and everything that it's done for us. And yeah, that's my story. So I'll tell you guys, I guess like a few kind of workable tips, and then my biggest thing. I do all the things. That's, I guess my biggest thing is that I just do all the things that people suggest. I message for distributors. I do the attraction marketing, telling my story. Ask your loyal customers. Like if you've been in for a little bit and you have loyal customers who have, bomb results or a great testimony, like don't be afraid to reach out and ask them and say, hey, like I know you're having amazing results. Why don't you make money with them? You're using the product anyways. Why don't you make money while you keep continue to get results and inspire other people? And some of my like best working distributors have come from previously being loyal customers. So I'm always looking for that. Messaging, I do that every single day. Like I don't go a day without messaging, and I'm not.
Wow. The time freedom. Sounds wonderful. Sounds like a life I want.
Saying that you have to message like 300 people a day. It's just about consistently reaching out to people every day. Like if you're sitting there trying to message 1,000 people a day because you think that's what you're supposed to do, you're going to burn yourself out. Like set a realistic goal for yourself that you know you can do consistently every day and that you can keep up with, and that you can follow up with, and just make it a must, make it a non-negotiable that you stick to without a doubt. And that's going to bring you better results than like trying to go a million miles a minute and like out message the world. I also do host to post on Instagram for distributors. So I really like host to post, and I do host to post for customers on Facebook, and I do host to post for distributors on Instagram. And I just have a really basic slide that I made that I saved it to a folder in my phone. So it's really easy to access, and I'll, message however many people. I usually just set a goal for however many Instagram host to post I want to get up that day. Usually about 10, and my phone number is on the slide. And usually there's like a little box where they can tag my Instagram. So I'll just ask them if they would mind putting it up on their stories. And most people are happy like to do it because it's only up there for 24 hours, and they just will. So just ask them. And I have them tag me in it, and I have people message me like opportunity or me or something like that. And then I just get the conversation going. Gary talked about telling your story. Never stop following up with people. Like, I have people who I'm still following up with from the first year that I started, and I will never stop following up with them, like, until one of us dies or something. I don't know.
Babe. Babe. Take a hint. If your job requires you to continue following up with someone until one of you dies, you might be in a pyramid scheme. Maybe not a pyramid scheme. That might be a red flag, though, at the very least.
But the biggest thing, I think, is mindset. Like, you have to fall in love with signing distributors.
Isn't it
you
always?
have to fall in love with the process of signing distributors. Like,
I promise you, you will never fall in love with mass messaging people on Instagram asking them to join your business opportunity. There will never come a point in your life where you fall in love with that. I tried for 5 years. That never happens.
go into every day, or you go into just the thought of signing distributors just like gives you hives, and like you're like, I can never do this, like I'm never gonna sign a distributor, like this is the hardest thing in the whole world. Like that's gonna be it. Like you're gonna not sign distributors. You just have to fall in love with the process of it and get so excited over it. And when you do that, like you will, like people are gonna feel that energy from you. Like when you go into messaging, if you have the mindset like, oh, I have to send these messages because I have to sign 3 distributors, because I have to fill in my Ruby chart, and like that's what I have to do to make $400 a month, like it's gonna be hard. Like it's gonna feel like a sucky process. But if you go into it like, whose life can I change today? Like who am I gonna talk to today that just like really needs this?
Your guys' comments always crack me up when they're like, why do these girls always act like they're changing lives? Like, babe, you're selling shampoo. Because it's so true. Because they're always like, we're changing lives. I did the same shit. What am I saying? They're always like, I was like that too. But like, you're literally selling a wrap. You're selling a wrap. You're selling a Flintstone gummy. Like what? Nobody's life has changed.
Am I going to, grow my network with, who's going to see my story and really connect with it? And I'm going to have like a bomb conversation with them. And they are, it's a privilege. Like we get to change lives with this. And you have to flip your mindset from thinking that.
That's a cult, you guys. That is a straight up cult. That's what they do when you're in a cult. They switch your mindset they make you believe that it is a privilege for you to be a part of what you are a part of. You should be thankful that they allow you to be a part of it.
It's a chore to thinking that it's a privilege, and get excited over it, because the people you talk to are going to feel whatever energy you're putting out. And one thing that I did at the beginning of the year, well, I guess like going into the beginning of the year, going into the mindset, was I kind of took 30 minutes and I got on a piece of paper in my journal and I wrote out kind of like a letter, or just, I journaled my dream team members, like my dream distributors. Like I got really specific with their character traits and, how they work, and what they say and what they tell themselves, and I just got really specific with my dream team distributors, and I keep that in my journal. And I pray over my team. Like I pray over the people I'm going to talk to that day. I pray over the people my team is bringing in. I pray over, I do affirmations on it. I say like, my team is duplicating like crazy. My leaders are developing leaders. Like my team is bringing in so much new that like we can barely keep up. Like we're ready. I just speak life and pray life over what's going to happen that day and what's going to happen in the future. And I just like believe in it wholeheartedly. And I think it really does make a difference in what you're attracting. Let me see. Have confidence in your conversations, you know, and if you are brand new and because I know, like, I've been there, you haven't, you know, maybe you haven't signed your first distributor yet. Maybe you haven't even gotten a paycheck yet. And you're like, how am I supposed to have confidence talking to new distributors when, like, I don't even know what I'm doing yet? Borrow the confidence, okay? Like, take my confidence, take Christy's, you know, read their story. Go take 30 minutes and go to Pam Souter's Facebook page and watch Show Me the Money call that she recently has done, and listen to the stories and borrow that confidence and know that you can have that too, and believe in your dreams and in your goals. And you say it over and over and you do it over and over again, and your confidence is going to grow. And the only way you grow your confidence is by taking action over and over again. So that's going to help too. The more conversations you have, the better you're going to feel about it. Yeah, it's grown from action. I can't read the rest of it right now, but just don't be afraid to do those things and use the opportunity page. Like, it's so simple, you guys. If you overtalk your potential distributors, like they're gonna zone out. Like, use the page. It's designed to seal the deal for you. Just add the people to the page, message them, follow up, like, add new people, grow your network daily, offer them the business, tell them a little bit about it, use the script that's there. Like, you don't even have to think about what to say. You just use the script that's there, and then ask them, hey, I have this page on Facebook with more information about it. Do you want to check it out? It has a couple of videos. It's a no pressure thing. Like, that's all I say. Say yes, add them to the page, follow up with them, and then just never stop following up, because maybe somebody's going to watch the videos and sign up right away, but probably you're going to have to keep them on your list and just keep following up with them, and keep sharing your story. And one day they're going to see something that you post. Maybe they're not going to sign up right on that spot, but one day you're going to share something, like some aspect of your story, and they're going to connect with it and they're going to be ready. And then I think the last thing, which I say this to my team all the time, so they're probably like, weird, but the last thing that's really helped me just over the years with distributors is stop putting so much pressure on yourself, thinking that you have to know and figure out and be responsible for when it's somebody's time to start this business. Like, that's not your job. It is not your job to decide when it's time for somebody to join the business. Like, it's our job to present the opportunity, to grow our network, present the opportunity, follow up with them. That's all you have to do. And if you keep doing that over and over again, you're going to grow this like giant mountain of people and eyes on your stuff. And if you're consistent with it over and over again, you don't need to stress over the when or like how it's going to get done. You just need to keep doing the action and it will happen. And I think people can get so in their head and caught up with like, oh, I've talked to this person like 10 times. Like, I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? Like, they haven't signed up yet. Like, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just not their time. Just keep planting the seeds. Just keep showing what's possible. Just keep offering. Just keep following up. And when it's their time, they're going to jump in and they're going to be amazing. Because if you try to force somebody into it before it's their time, if you have to force somebody into the business, you're going to have to force them to work the business. So it's way less pressure on yourself. It's way more fun to just focus on what you can control, trust the process, and do the things that grow your business daily, and just trust that it will happen and it will be somebody's time when it's their time. I think that's it, unless you have any questions.
No, I love that. And I think what you repeated like 10 times over, you guys follow up. It's for the page, it only works if you follow up until they're ready. Like that's like the powerful part of this business. It is that follow up. Really do not ever stop following up with anybody, because I have stopped before, you guys. I have. And then they signed up with somebody else and have done really well. And that is the suckiest feeling in the world. It really is. Like, just do the things and follow up. Like, that's it. And I love how she said, like, take the pressure off, because when it becomes not fun, you'll stop signing. Like, when you stop getting that, like, excited feeling, you'll stop signing. That's what it is. So I love that so much. And it is so true. The fortune is in the follow-up, you guys. Oh my gosh. I can't even like say that more than a million times. Like, that's where it's at. And most of you guys, people over the years, I don't even know how many people have came and gone, but they planted the seed for me or for somebody else, and they were not here to bloom it. I picked their flower. Somebody else picked their flower. They picked their flower. They didn't even plant that seed, but somebody else picked it. And so don't be that, because I'm gonna sign your next ambassador if you're not here too, because I'm gonna be here. So, anyways, but I love it because like they're really okay. You're weird. Anyways, it's true though, you guys, and I love that. Like, when I looked up that hashtag like mom life on TikTok, it was literally 6 billion people, you guys. There are enough people for all of us to be Black Diamond 10 times over. Like, there is, okay? And there's enough people for everyone to find a nasty... I'm just kidding. PG. All right. Anyway.
You know what's annoying about that is like, yeah, there's enough people to be Black Diamond, but like statistically, there's no possible way that the business would exist if everyone was Black Diamond, because there wouldn't be enough people to push the money to the top of the pyramid. There has to be enough people at the bottom of the pyramid in order to push the money to the top of the pyramid. That's how the business structure works. But she's not going to tell the people at the bottom of the pyramid that, because she's at the top of the pyramid.
Anyways, okay, so last person. I'm trying to find your face. Where? Where's your face? Can you unmute yourself? I don't know.
Hello.
Oh, I hear you, but I see you. Okay. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Okay, so can you share a little bit about your story and then your tips for signing distributors?
Yes. So I am a double diamond. I started the business about 1.5 years ago, and I was able to quit my job within 6 months and become a stay-at-home mom when I was pregnant with my second child. And then I was able to help supplement my husband's income to bring him up from the oil field the next month. So that was back in March of 2019, and since then I have just been doing this full time and working from home with my babies, and it has been awesome. So
okay, hold on. First question. She said she was able to supplement her husband's income and bring him home the next month. What does that mean? Did she bring him home from his job? Like, she retire her husband? Because a double diamond income, I can guarantee you, is not enough income to support a family. No, it's not. Especially with an auto shipment, and especially knowing what she likely has to pay in, allegedly, in my opinion, based on my experience in the company, has to pay in to maintain ranks and such, and during the slow season and stuff like that, she likely is not making a lot of money at all. My guess is around maybe $1,500 a month, maybe $1,200. Actually, let me text my friend real quick. I'll let you guys know by the end of the video what her double diamond paycheck was.
First tip, I wrote notes so I don't forget anything, is to talk to everybody like they're your very best friend. Literally, like...
I used to tell my team this. I used to tell my team,
Would you go up to somebody and say, hey, join my team for $99 today only? No, you would go up to your team and you would say, hey girl, what's up? Have you ever thought about joining this business opportunity with me?
You wouldn't say that either, but that's what I told my team.
I sound like I'm probably on crack in every voice message that I send because I'm just, or like hyped up on espresso shots because I'm just like, oh my gosh, girl, like this is awesome. You have to do this with me. Like you're going to have so much fun. You're going to be amazing. Like you can't miss this opportunity. Like just talk to them like they're your best friend and you're like giving them the opportunity, the only opportunity available, like the best thing in the entire world.
I'm sorry, I'm pausing a lot now, but I was just talking to my friend that I just texted about that. I was just talking to her last night and we were talking about how we were so pissed that we were made to believe that this was the only option for us to support our kids and still be able to stay home with them and live a life of freedom, time freedom, financial freedom. How we were so pissed that that was how it was made out to be for us because we treated people in our downline as if it was life or death. We said things that we didn't mean. We treated them like they were the scum of the earth. Like we did things we never would have done had we not truly believed that this was the only way that we could feed our family and still stay home with them, live a life of financial freedom and time freedom and still be able to stay home with our kids and like be a family. Ugh. We would have done things so much differently had we not truly believed that like this was the only option for us.
So like talk to them like you're just so peppy and they don't want to ignore you. I feel like that's helped me so much. I used to voice message with the initial message I would send and I wouldn't get very many responses at all. So now what I've started doing is sending, hey girl, quick question with like a heart. And then most people respond, and then I'll send, this is like the same message that I send to every single person. Okay, girl, I know this is totally random, but your page keeps popping up on my newsfeed, so I started creeping your pics. I got this from the Make It Happen page. I completely fell in love with your vibe. That's so contagious. You look, so I added something like that I saw on their page, like this person. I said, you look so adorbs, prego girl. I'm looking for 2 new business partners, and I absolutely know you'd be a great addition if you're.
You look so adorbs, prego girl. What? Okay, first of all, doing these things when you're in just seems so normal, but like listening to her say these things now is just so. I'm so turned off by it. The fact that they try to be like, we're so authentic and we're so real and open and honest and we're so like, we're just average people like trying to make a living. But like, I copy and paste this message and I send it to everyone on my page. Hey girl, I just came across your page and I was just thinking like, you would be so good at what I do. Like you are so adorable, prego girl. What? It's not authentic.
If you're interested, I'd love to tell you about how I can make income posting on social media. What do you say? Can I give you more info? And then I start voice messaging after that. So now that I've like given them the opportunity, if they say yes, like give me more info, I don't tell them any information about the business whatsoever. I literally have just started doing this. I say, okay, awesome. Can I add you to a little exclusive Facebook page? With a little more information about the business. Just
if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, nope, I'm out. The first thing you want to do is add me to another group? No. Like just tell me what you want me to be a part of before you go and add me to more groups. Absolutely not. Immediately, no.
Just a quick video with the gist of what we do and how it works. And then I don't tell them anything else. I add them to the page, tag them in the videos, and like nobody ever tells me no. Like they always say they're interested.
I call BS.
Maybe not right now, but they're always interested.
So they tell you no. Not right now. That means no.
If they ignore me after that, then they probably are interested and they just don't have the money. And
how brainwashed are you? If they ignore me, that means they're probably interested. They just don't have the money. No, that means that they don't want to tell you no, but they're trying to be nice. Babe, read between the lines.
I just keep following up with them, and I basically act like a stalker every single day and like their picture.
Are we serious right now? Are we serious? Are we serious? Those words really just came out of her mouth. She really just said, so I basically just act like a stalker every single day, and I just go and I just like all their pictures as if it was just normal everyday behavior. This is just normal behavior. Everybody does that, right? You guys don't do that? When somebody doesn't respond to you, you don't just act like a stalker and then tell your friends about it like it's just normal? I do that. It's your guys' problem. Get with the program.
And comment on their stuff and just like be their friend, because they're going to eventually message you back. People want to talk to you if you're nice to them. I feel like
Where do they come up with these theories? Are these facts? I'm just wondering.
so nice that it makes it hard for them to ignore me. And they're like commenting back on their picture.
It's so sorry. It's so funny that she's like talking in this tone too. And she knows that she's manipulating people. Like she's teaching these people how to manipulate people. And she knows that she's doing it. Like she's actively teaching people how to manipulate people. And it's on the internet for everybody to see.
Pictures, but like not answering my messages. Eventually they're going to message you back.
You're like the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's like, if you're nice to them, they'll want to message you back. I'm like, well, duh.
And they think it's cute.
I don't know why. I've never really had like a full blown conversation with you, and you are like the cutest thing. I'm like, I want to be your friend. Like, you're really cool.
The best part is she's literally teaching them how to manipulate people, so she knows that that's how she comes off. She knows that she's manipulating you into thinking that she's cute. She's manipulating you into thinking that she's cute.
Sorry, I'll let you finish.
No, you're fine. So kind of like my system before, I message somebody the hey girl quick question, and like literally this is the conversation I have with every single person. I don't change it at all. Before I message them, I go and like 5 to 10 of their pictures. I know it's like stalker status, but I do it. And then like 1 to 2 pictures I'll comment on, and then I message them the hey girl quick question. So then they're like, oh wow, she did really look at my page. She's not cold messaging. Like she really did stalk me. And
It's still cold messaging, babe. If you don't know the person, regardless of if you went and stalked their page and liked 5 to 10 of their photos, it's still cold messaging if you don't know them.
I'm gonna like talk to her now. So then after that, I have another tip. So for me, like I feel like the thing that has helped me a lot with signing distributors with following up, like added in because you always have to follow up like everybody's been saying, is like sharing every single small win on my stories. So if I sign a customer, I share it on my story. If I sign a distributor, I share it on my story. If my distributor signs a customer, I share it on my story. If they get a shopping spree, if you're just like hanging out with your kid in your living room doing laundry and you sign a customer, like post about it. You're filling up your gas tank with It Works money. If it was like 2 cents of It Works money, post about it. Because people are so skeptical that they can't do it. Maybe they see you and they're like, oh, that's awesome for you. Like, go girl, you can totally do this, but I can't do it. But if you're showing them like how doable the business is in your daily life, that's just like theirs, you're being so relatable. They're like, okay, wait, maybe I could do this because she's doing it and she has exactly the same circumstances as I do. So just like share all the wins, because it's so easy for people to think that they can't do it. When you're posting about like how you make $6,000 a month and you're signing like 30 people a month, you're a top enroller, like all this. But like if you're just like simply like, I signed a customer from my living room with my kid, they're like, oh, hey, I could do that too. So I think that has helped me a lot. And one more thing that I wanted to add, I know I'm like super short and sweet and I just talked super fast, sorry. Something that I actually heard on Atomic Habits was not to focus on the end goal and to focus on the systems that are going to get you to the goal. And that's not something that I've been familiar with doing in the past year and a half. I've always focused on like, I need 6,000 GB like tomorrow. How am I going to get there? What am I going to do to get there? But not really focusing on like, okay, the daily 6 list that we do every day, that's how I'm going to get there. So I need to focus on doing those things and not think about that 6,000 GB or those 30 DTs I need to get to my next promotion. So I've been doing that this month, and I think that has helped me a lot.
I love that too, because the numbers, it's all about perception, I feel like, with the numbers. And if you see this 80,000 number, like what I was saying in the beginning, 150,000, I'm like, what? And then I'm like, I'm just going to ignore that, pray about it, and get to work. And let God do the rest. And I would always like laugh about it last year. We're like, people were signing customers like crazy. We're like, this is God's volume. Like, I don't even know where it's coming from, you know? So I
can tell you where it's coming from. It's because they're incentivizing API orders, which are personal orders that people make underneath of themselves. So I was on an enroll-a-thon last night. Yeah, last night. I'll be doing a reaction a reaction call. Good God. A reaction video to that Zoom very soon. Words are hard today. I'll probably film that video tomorrow, and that'll go up maybe next week or so. You probably see that one before you see this one. Anyways, I was on an enroll-a-thon yesterday, and they were incentivizing. They were like, oh, you get an entry into this drawing if you make an API order. So they're incentivizing when people make their own personal orders. That's how you're getting that volume.
I love that so much. Okay, I'm sorry. Is there anything else you want to add?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, so something that you said that I really want to elaborate on, you guys, there are different personalities. So there's going to be your greens, your reds, your yellows, your blah, 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 blah. Okay, so there's going to be people that watch you. And if you make it look like you make $6,000 by not doing anything, guess what's going to happen? You're going to attract people that want to do nothing for that $6,000. They work for a week and they're like, where my $6,000 at? Like, you look like you're doing nothing all day, right? And then there's going to be the people who, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm constantly working 12 hour a day at work stay, like, they're going to be like, oh, like, I don't have 12 hours a day. Like, you got to find the middle ground. The people where they say, okay, I want to make a lot of money, but if I could do it that 30 minutes, you know, throughout the day, my 10-minute lunch break, my 30 minutes when I get home, before the kids get home, whatever it is, and you show them like, hey, I'm working, just like what Brittany said, I'm working, but I'm working throughout my life. That is what is going to attract the correct people. The people that say, I'm willing to put in the work if this is real. Like, I'm willing to hustle and stay up late if this is real. That's the kind of people you want. You want the people that are willing to put in the work. They know it's going to take a little time, but they also know that it's real and they're willing to work to get to that goal. So that is like, that's a huge thing, you guys. Like, we got to show that, like, we do work. Like, it's okay that we work. Like, if you sit and you're just telling people it's easy peasy, guess what's going to happen? Like, they're not going to be here past a week in the business. But if you tell them that it's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life, they're also not going to join. So it has to be the middle ground, right? You guys, whenever I'm making a post, a story, a message, a this, that, anything, I always try to think like the potential. This is your goal. Think like the potential. If they see this story and it's too long or too busy, they're not going to watch it. They're not going to read it. If my live doesn't have a point, or if like people that like they sit on their live like, okay, honey, blah, 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 they're talking to their husband, whatever, you lost them. If it takes you 10 minutes to actually start talking, most people watch the replay. They're never going to watch that. Think like your potential. What are they going to want to see? You know what I mean? So always think like your potential. That's my goal. And I like to show myself, like, because people know I'm working the business, obviously, like I've shown the success of the business. So you know what? I show them my daily life on my stories. You know, Oh, I'm picking up my kids from school. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing that. So they're like, okay, she's not just sitting at a desk working 18 hours to make what she's making. Like, she's playing with her kids still, but she's also signing people still. So this was awesome. I loved it because all of you guys had totally different tips. I see you're back. Do you want to share something?
Honestly, there was so much goodness that was shared today, and a lot, we all do, the same things in our own ways. But one thing that I repeat over and over again, but, being an ambassador diamond, somebody that isn't here yet, they can see how maybe it might come easier for us top leaders. But that's not the case at all, because when just like we are trying to attract potential, so people who don't even know what an ambassador is. And so that is not going to be the selling point. Me making over $20,000 a month is not going to be the selling point. What is going to be the selling point is showing them that they can make $500 a month, because people cannot fathom making $20,000 a month. It's just not like, even when I started, yeah, of course I was like, yeah, I wish, but never in a million years would I have ever thought that. And so sharing your story, like for me, I share my story about how all I needed was just a few $100s. I was, working paycheck, or I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I just needed that extra 500. And so when you're relatable with sharing your story, and you do want to talk about your accomplishments and what you have accomplished, because of those people who are like, okay, I'm ready to hustle and I want to make that much money, but just sharing your story little by little, and just letting them know that it's all you need is a few hours a day to make $2,000 a month, and so that's kind of what I have, what I talk about in my posts is just sharing my story of.
Okay, I have no idea what she's talking about, because I was too busy doing the math on the friend that I told you I would tell you what her double diamond paychecks were by the end of this video. And my guess was $1,200 to $1,500 a month after auto shipment and any type of like paying in to their rank, whatever, right? Are you ready for what my friend was making after everything? And this was including a $20,000 bonus. The $20,000 bonus that was paid out like over a few months, right? Drum roll, please. Grand total of $1,013.08 as a double diamond. And she worked this full time. So how they're saying, all you need is a couple hours a day to make $2,000 from your phone. She worked this full time, $1,013.08 as a double diamond. Let that sink in. Anyways, I got to go pick up Graham. So we're going to go ahead and end this one here. Let me know what you guys thought of this one down below. What was the most surprising part of this Zoom? If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell if you would like to be notified every single time I post. Join my Facebook group called The Light at the End of the Pyramid. If you'd like to follow me on all social media platforms, you can find me at the Jessica Hickson. Otherwise, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you did enjoy this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
Moving slower, I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at your eyes.